Welcome back to True Color. So, so Alex, if you're done,
Exploding.
Exhorting the view, can we get back to the plot, maybe? Yeah. Okay.
And then she drops the USB stick.
All right. So, first order of business. Let's get this USB pen to Sergeant Pike. I called him Sheriff earlier, but I forgot. No, it's not Sheriff. It's Sergeant, I think. But whatever.
Really?
Whatever. It's the law enforcer of the town. Whatever.
Do you have the USB drive?
I do. It's all here.
Plot twist: the sheriff actually works for the company.
No.
Cover up.
You need to come with me to the station. Alex? Don't make this hard.
I'm not joking this time.
What did you think was... Gee, what did you think was going to happen exactly, Alex?
Yeah.
Probably isn't how you pictured your first spring festival, huh?
Not exactly.
Coffee?
No thanks.
I'm all right. Thanks, though.
Good. 'Cause we're, actually out.
Then why did you ask?
It's a courtesy thing, I guess.
Pike, why am I
It's
here?
pretty courteous. It's very discourteous to ask.
Do you really have no idea why you're... Do you really have no idea why you're here, Alex? Well, I'll let him tell her.
Yeah, she's probably just pretending,
Diane
like,
is charging
like,
you
oh
with
really,
stealing
why am I
the
here? I
USB
wonder
drive.
why.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Diane is of course suing her for theft. Well, no shit, of course. Like, fun fact, I actually predicted this would happen before I got to this point my first time. And I'm just like, yeah, like, did you really not think this was going to happen, Alex?
I mean, I'm not too surprised. Like I mentioned, like, they had a plan, but they weren't thinking straight with it in that regard. They were thinking blunt, oh, let's get the evidence. Like, they were clearly thinking in the heat of the moment.
Oh, well, you go.
without
See, you
thinking
just
of
said...
the bigger consequences.
Well, one...
Yeah, he would need a warrant. And number two, the case is closed, meaning he legally cannot do anything.
The order came down
Oh,
today.
this is news. Ah, the order came down today.
Could, but,
I wonder who sent that order.
Regardless,
The Typhon Mining Company sent down the order.
even then, Jova, he would need a warrant to be legally allowed to search through Diane's personal files.
The evidence.
So,
But
Right
again,
here.
I'm wondering, the Typhon Mining Company, the one who sent down the order?
yeah, I think so, yes.
You'd have been better off just
Look.
quote unquote allowing
What
it
happened
to
to my
leak
brother
onto the internet.
Wasn't an accident.
Yeah,
It
true.
was criminal.
That's what
Files
people
on
do
that
in
drive
fiction
prove
all the
it.
time.
And sometimes even in
Uh,
real life
listen here.
these days.
Yeah, let's say it
Let's
is.
say it is. The issue is, you stole Typhon's property. I can't work with that.
Yep.
I just handed you a smoking gun. It shouldn't matter how I got it.
Maybe not.
Unfortunately, Alex, that's the way the law works.
Alex, you're not thinking about this clearly.
Seems pretty clear to me.
Diane wants to charge you with computer fraud. That's a federal crime, Alex. 5 to 10, easy.
That's a face that says, oh, crap.
And now I get an option to say fuck Diane.
You know
Like
what?
you.
Fuck Diane. This isn't justice. This is a joke.
Look, Alex, I get you, but at the same time, for all you, Diane is just an employee. For all you know, she has nothing to do with what the higher ups at the company
She did
did.
everything you did.
You know, she's just an
She's
employee.
la-
She's willing to let it go.
She's lashing with that decision, and to give her credit, at least it seems like there's an option for you not to blame Diane on that.
Yeah, there
So
is.
it's not like she's said in that way. Again, I'm overall fine with how this played out. Yeah, it's a shame that it couldn't pan out much, but
She's only
I
offering
can
that
get
deal
where the
because she
story
knows
is
I
going.
have
Like,
her.
they had a
Just
plan,
guilty,
but they
Pike.
clearly did not think it through,
Even if
and
you're
as a
right,
result, they have a
only
rope
evidence is
which I
these.
guess will be the reason for them searching the mine, assuming I was right about them.
My
looking for
problem
evidence
my
there.
problem is that it makes the whole plot line of trying to steal the flash drive and looking into it basically pointless.
Alex,
No.
That I do agree
Typhon
with. Like,
buried
it does
something
feel
in
like
the
that was kind of there
Something
just
so
for padding.
massive
Like,
it-
And if there's one thing this game did not is time wasting, considering there's already so little time in the game to begin with.
like narrative-wise, I
Another
guess
blast,
it lets us know that,
unannounced, set
oh,
off the
they're
exact
clearly
same time
hiding
at the old
something,
mining
and that,
site.
oh, they went against that,
And
which,
all of
to
it
be fair, was
happened
already
just
in their
a few weeks
suspicions,
before
but
inspection
That being
was
said,
set.
I do have an even bigger issue with this scene.
Come on, Pike.
Because this is the scene where the game
It's
starts
all right here.
contradicting its own sense of morals, in my opinion.
oh, don't tell me Pike starts to get in on the...
No, nothing like that.
like I said, it doesn't matter. Alex, please, just sign the form, and we can both go back to the party.
No.
Alex,
Basically, signing a form that there you go. No, it's not. Signing a form to, like of apology or something, and then you'll be able to like they're willing to settle an agreement with you. And
Oh, let me guess. Alex is going to take away his fear, isn't she?
very good, Job. And this is where I start to take a problem. And before you ask, and I can't. Okay, basically, here's the idea. I can't say specifically why yet because it involves stuff from the final episode. But let me put it this way, Shirai. According to the game's logic, the way for you to get the best ending is to not remove Charlotte's anger, but you have to remove Pike's fear. So hold on. You just want you tell me that it's not okay to remove someone's anger with your powers, but it's okay to remove someone's fear?
Does the game force you to take away?
No, it does not. You can choose not to take it. Thing is, the only way he'll get on your side and help you in the final chapter is if you remove his fear. Basically, to get the best possible ending, you need to remove his fear. Basically.
Just to be sure, is the one where everyone's supporting you
Yes.
truly the best ending?
Well, okay, you don't need every single person in the town to support you in the final episodes to win. In fact, the game will have you win regardless of how many people are against you, but that's a topic for when we get to that. But I don't like this idea that okay, so it's a good choice to remove his fear, but it's not. But it's a bad choice to remove Charlotte's anger. That kind of comes across as inconsistent to me. So which is it, game? Am I allowed
Does the
to?
game-
Should I remove people's emotions or not?
Question: does the game while removing his fear might get him to support
Is this a
you,
threat?
does the game act truly like that is the best outcome? Like, does
Yes.
the game at least acknowledge that he doesn't feel right with having his
No,
fear
it does not.
removed?
That's the problem. With Charlotte, if you remove her anger, and you can look this up on YouTube if you want to see for yourself. If you remove Charlotte's anger, the game will have her be super emotionless, and then you have to live with the idea that you just kind of broke her, right? But if you remove Pike's fear, nothing happens to him. He just loses his fear and that's it. But like his actual person is not broken. Like he doesn't receive any kind of mental problems from this. So which is it? Do people only is her power bad only when it takes out specifically anger? How does this work?
Nothing more than to make
Like-
the pay.
Go on.
I guess here's another question. Why doesn't the game give you an option to reason with him like you do most people when you start to sense their emotion?
Well, to be fair, there's no way to reason with him, Joe. Like he is the one who the reason here.
If you want.
True, and it is his job, so...
I don't
But
wanna
that
always
being
feel like
said,
this game.
so you're telling me that removing his fear, I guess, makes him reckless enough to go with it then?
Yes, and he gets no psychological repercussions from me removing his fear, unlike with Charlotte, who does get when I remove her anger. That's my problem with. Okay, so that's inconsistent. So which is it, game?
I wanna hurt
Is removing people's emotions bad or not? Pick one. You can't have both.
Like, okay, to their credit, while yeah, this is the only way to get him to support you, it doesn't sound like they treat it like that's a good thing, or at the very least, from what you've told me, it doesn't sound explicitly like that.
Well, you'll be able to see for yourself how he's fine. He's gonna be fine for the rest of the game because I'm gonna remove his fear because I might as well go for the best possible ending while I'm at it.
Okay.
Sorry, Shiroi, but this is bad. Go on. Close your eyes or something. Go on, Joe.
I guess if I really had to maybe go on a bit of a stretch here, while they don't say that anything's wrong with it, I guess they don't necessarily say that anything is right with it either. Again, I'm giving them a massive benefit of the doubt, and I will agree that if it were me,
Invincible.
I get the feeling like they thought, oh crap, the best ending is supposed to be shown by everyone supporting her, but it's literally this guy's job, so logically he wouldn't go out on such a limb. So they figure, okay, well, we have to remove his fear.
Not for me.
But I'm sorry, so let me get this straight. You could get him to do it by removing his fear, and that lets you reason with him. Why couldn't you just reason with him by doing your powers thing?
Well, remember her power.
About it.
Well, that's the thing, Jova. Like, when you think about it, go on.
Okay, I guess my point is, like, in this scene where he says, I'll think about it. It doesn't, now, it implies he could still go either way on it, but he still seems like he has fear. So my point is, why didn't she reason with him like she reasoned with Charlotte? You could have had it be like that, lead into the, I'll think about it, but he still has the fear. Why make it that you can only attain that scene by removing his fear?
That's the thing, Jova. I have no idea. Like, because I was under the impression that the more we were supposed to take from Charlotte's plot is that you shouldn't just unnaturally remove someone's emotions because there are psychological consequences. Because that's what you. Again, we didn't see this in this playthrough, but trust me, go check someone's playthrough on YouTube where they do that. You'll see for yourself. Trust me, I've seen it myself. Because the first time I played the game, I actually removed Charlotte's anger to see what would happen, and that's what happened to me. So you can see
the feeling that would be the case.
Yeah, but so for me, that's the inconsistent part. So which is it? Like, is it a good thing to remove someone's emotions or not? You need to pick one game. You can't have the both ways.
Okay, in the case where you don't take his fear, let me guess, you still have to sign it, but you're a rebel, so you're still going to go searching for evidence in spite of signing it, correct?
No. There's another. If you sign the affidavit, you just defeat the villain in some other way that you'll see.
Wait, so what you're saying is that can actually cause a completely different method with how you take down the villain?
Yes. Which basically means that unless you take away Pike's fear, the whole flash drive thing was basically a waste of your time.
In that case, yeah, couldn't you arguably still get what is considered a good ending without having to break the law? Okay, question. How different are these methods? Is it like to a point where they actually change up the levels somewhat, or is it kind of more like a little hand wave sort of change?
Let me just read this quickly. I finally grew up here and told a very special girl that I like her, blah, 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 blah. Nice. Okay, go on, Jova.
Good for you, Steph. So, okay. How potent are the differences between signing the affidavit or not doing that in terms of how you nail the bad guy?
If you sign the affidavit, she goes back. They all both go back to the party and blah blah blah. And she goes back to the bar and drinks a bit to lament to Jed about how she wasn't able to catch Diane and prove that that Typhon is guilty. Sorry. And the plot moves forward. That's basically it. And regardless of what that shows, Joe, you still go back to the bar and talk to Jed anyway. So the plot still keeps going basically the same way. It just mostly changes things for later, and it's not that much of it. But I'll talk about it in more detail later.
Get a bit spoilery.
For me, it's one of those things where it's just like, okay, the game needed to get its morality straight, because you can't have a storyline with Charlotte where the moral is don't break people's emotions, and then have another storyline where the way to succeed is by breaking someone's emotions. That's morally conflicting, game.
I guess to give them credit, you can succeed without taking away the guy's emotion.
Well, yeah. You end up succeeding, defeating the villain, Joe, but it's by completely different means, separate from the flash drive. In order to make the flash drive matter, you have to break his emotions. That's the problem I have.
Have a seat.
Which, okay, I feel like what the flash drive route needed was at the very least, a sense of guilt in doing that. And speaking of which, actually, what exactly is the end game of Alex taking people's emotions? Does that affect her negatively when she takes them?
The only two people where you can remove their emotions is Pike and Charlotte. Nobody else.
Oh, so after Pike, that plot point pretty much goes out the window.
Exactly.
Work out Diane's lunch order.
Okay, I have an important question.
Go on.
Go on.
So you have the option not to do it. Does taking that option automatically lock you into a bad ending?
No.
Then I personally do not see the problem. You could just not do it.
Well, yes, you would. But here's the thing.
That's always my argument with people that don't like one choice. I'm like, well, just do the other one then.
Well, but here's the thing, sure. But what if I want to have the best possible ending, though?
Well, again, I don't necessarily see what makes that the best possible ending. You still catch the bad guy either way, it sounds like.
Well, yeah, but at the same, but does that basically means that my choices don't matter then? If your argument is, you'll still end up winning and defeating the villain in anyway, well, so basically my choices don't matter. So then why even have that choice there to begin with if there's no point? That also illustrates the big problem of this game. The choices don't matter.
Oh, I do agree that is an issue, but I feel that that's an issue different from the idea that the best ending is involved by taking away the guy's emotions.
Here's another argument, Shiroi. I don't like having my time wasted, and in order for the flash drive subplot not to be a waste of my time, I have to take away his fear, and I don't like that.
Well, there are the other plot elements we did get from that, it helps shape your romance with the one you pick, and also you do learn that Typhon is definitely up to something by checking out that flash drive, which I guess, to be fair, doesn't make taking it a complete waste of time. But I can get what you mean and how disappointing it can be to deflate there. However, I guess the idea is that in a mystery like that would be the point where it seems like all hope is lost, but then the heroes realize that there's potentially another clue.
Anyway, to get back to the plot, Jed here says that he actually knows the secret of what they were trying to bury in the mountains, so he's going to show us.
I'll show you.
He's not going to try and kill them, is he?
Yeah.
That's a yes, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll show you. These are the graves of your parents that I murdered.
I mean...
And now I'll murder you.
Your grave right next to
Actually, it's funny, Dwibs, it's funny you say that.
No way. No way.
Hang on, let's watch it play out. Let's see.
Yeah.
Did I just accidentally predict something again?
Yes.
Well,
sorry.
Sure, I've been the one who's mainly been on the ball calling except for this part, but yeah. Alright, let's see how this plays out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dwayne Harley does it again.
Push her in. Push her in.
This is my parents' grave. It always was. Push.
Alright, Joe, but time for you to pat yourself in the back.
Why are you sad?
Maybe because it's where a fallen comrade was, but nope! Turns out I was right from the very beginning.
I'm sorry, kid.
Nothing personal. Put the gun down.
Okay. Just put the gun down.
No.
I tried to talk you out of it. Scare you off?
Did you
really?
Did you? I don't remember. When did that happen?
The pictures of Ryan and Steph, that was supposed to scare us off?
Leave damn well enough alone.
You don't have to do this.
I do. 12 years ago, I made a mistake. A kind of thing that you...
Why are
Can't
Typhon
undo.
trying to bury that mistake? Unless Typhon were never really the
Typhon made me
bad
do.
guys. Oh.
Way to save my town. Give my boy.
Oh my god, this is an adult Scooby-Doo plot. Jesus Christ.
And I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids. Literally. Literally. And she's dead.
Did he shoot her in the face?
Yeah. If you actually go back and trust me, I've gone back and watched that scene in slow motion. He literally shoots her face.
Kingdom Hearts. Oh my god.
Yes.
Well, Square
It says
Enix,
Kingdom Hearts.
yeah.
Simple and clean death. Anyway,
There's nothing simple about this.
okay.
So, we're dead now, I guess.
And that was episode 4, ladies and gentlemen. Now is where... Okay, so let's recap things for a moment, guys. This is a story where a character comes into a small mountain town, gets reacquainted with someone from her past. They go on some... both of them, as well as Steph, both of them start to try to unravel some kind of mystery about like in this case a rich group of people, as in Typhon Mining, who are secretly in control of this town, even the police. And after at the end of episode 4, at nighttime, someone who was a mentor figure to the main character betrays her and tries to, and even shoots someone.
Welcome back, Alex.
What does this remind you of, Jova?
Oh my god, Deadly Premonition!
Colorado.
Good one, I guess, but I was talking about Life is Strange 1.
Something positive.
And this is something that Sweaty Cucumber brought up in his review as well.
Springs.
When you, while of course the execution is far better than Life is Strange 1, if you actually take a good breakdown of the plot elements, this is basically a remake of the plot of Life is Strange 1.
Okay. I do get the feeling that this game really did sell on the virtue of it is technically the best Life is Strange game.
Oh, yeah.
Most refined and best one. But damn, I feel sorry for the fans who wanted something that was different from Life is Strange 1.
So what's happening here?
Basically, sure, this is a throwback to the first scene of the game, where she's still talking to her psychiatrist. There you go. See, Shira, someone who actually went to therapy. See, and apparently, Shira, the therapist succeeded in doing jack shit because she still has trauma.
Helps some people.
Okay, to be fair, a therapist is not always going to be a be-all, solve-all, and the patient does have to do part of the work in actually wanting to get better.
Sure.
Right
It also takes multiple sessions. It's a lot of things.
Oh, and by the way, Jova, most of episode 5 is also a nightmare sequence. What other game also had a gigantic nightmare sequence?
Yeah, Life is Strange.
Alex.
1/3 of all games ever.
Oh, wait. Let me guess. The nightmare sequence is the stand-in for, like,
The therapist
storm.
doesn't exist!
There you go, Shira. Never mind. Apparently, the therapist didn't ever exist to begin with.
Is the afterlife is a therapy office? Huh.
Okay.
I know, right?
So basically, this is almost ripping off that that bit in the season, Peter Capaldi's first Doctor Who season, the ending episodes of it.
But yeah, like Jova was hinting in the previous scene, don't worry, this is me checking something for a little side guitar thingy I can do. Yeah, like Joe was talking about earlier, Jed's motivations and twist, much like Mark Jefferson's plot twist in the first game, feel poorly explained. Like Joe even noted how he was, I tried to talk you out of it, did you? I didn't really get that, but
He claims that the photos of Ryan and Steph were supposed to scare us off from this.
which photos? I don't even remember what photos he's talking about. I'm honest. I'm being honest right now. I have no idea what he's talking about.
I honestly don't remember either. And okay, if there were photos even, the thing is the characters don't even bring up those photos much either, so no, you kinda did a crap job scaring them off, Jed.
Anyway, basically, to give you a basic idea, the therapist notes that Alex is suffering from delusions. Because she thinks she can see people's emotions and shit like that. Blah 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 blah.
Basically, she had those powers. I'm guessing this was before she truly realized how her powers worked, but because that sounded unbelievable, people assumed that she was crazy, or at the very least was having emotional trauma herself.
Alex, you know that I care about you.
Is that her parents?
No, I think it's the therapist, if I remember correctly.
Just want what's best for you.
We're gonna talk about her parents later.
So, okay, to give it credit, I think making Jed the surprise villain of the LARP was somewhat foreshadowing for this twist, even if I hadn't already called it as soon as, Chapter 2, almost the minute the mystery actually began.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, to be fair, just because a twist may be something that I can easily call, or is telegraphed, that doesn't mean you cannot execute it well in that regard.
Sure.
Alex Chen.
My problem is that Jed's twist comes across as in a bad surprise because, especially because of that line that you and I have talked about, Jova, like the whole, I try to talk you out of it, even though the game doesn't really convey that properly. I never got the sense that Jed was trying to talk me out of anything.
And it's like, at most we can say, maybe there was a scene where she was shown pictures of Ryan and Steph, which gave the idea that they were being watched and such, but even if that came about, it doesn't really resonate well as, something that was really that great an effort to spook her.
Alright, let's play some guitar, I guess. There's also another problem of what's going on right now, but we have to get to the next part before I can discuss it better.
Can't play if I can't tune.
Now, ideally, this chapter should be about giving us a good idea of Jed's motivations, his methods, and why this is that, and
yes,
how much
it
involvement did Typhon actually have in the whole ordeal.
It will, but mostly it's doing the same thing that Max's nightmare sequence did. It's going to serve to basically throw out her backstory. We're finally going to see exactly what was her and Gabe's past, and how they came to be to who they are, basically. The main, in fact, the one thing I can bring up right now is that one of the other main problem I've heard people complaining, including Serrated Cucumber, was the fact that Alex and Gabe's backstory is entirely crammed in just the final episode. And a lot of people thought it would be much better to just tell various aspects of it throughout the entire game instead of just cramming it all into just one chapter, especially considering how the chapters in this game are very short, which means that the plot, once again, they have to tell the entire backstory in a somewhat rushed way. So,
to give it a tiny piece of credit, we have been getting tiny sprinkles hinting at her backstory, but I do agree that, I'll wait to see the execution, but clumping 80% of your character's backstory into one final chapter does sound, at the very least, like a very risky move. And that's assuming that they do it well. I'll have to wait and see. But sure, Roy, what do you think of the build up to Alex's backstory so far?
I think she's bird. But I can't.
What do you think, Gibbs?
Go on.
Okay, I know, as I said before in the past, that you shouldn't really judge characters by appearance, but how the game presented him, I mean, he's got a typical evil villain being. Of course, he's going to be the bad guy.
Well, by that logic, Santa Claus is a bad guy.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, he goes around wrecking everywhere he goes because he's careless on his sleigh, dropping presents down people's chimneys and missing them.
That being said, I will give it credit. Again, I've talked about how, despite drawing a lot from the plot of Life is Strange 1, it does execute better still. And one particular aspect that I'm thankful for in executing it better is the way they handle the reveal itself. Oh, there you go. Speaking of that, yeah, reality is starting to settle in, Alex.
Reality is often disappointing.
I guess.
So I'm actually curious. Like,
So I have a question. How is Alex still alive? Before you answer, hold on. Actually, we're about to get something even more.
You see, the dead bodies of Jed's victims cushioned her fall, showing her that she has been plunged down.
She literally fell into a wood board. Hold on. Give me a moment. Give it a moment.
Oh, convenient. A ladder.
Hold on. Wait for it.
Snap. Snap. There we go.
Come on, Alex. You can do it.
You can do it, Alex. You must fight
Nope.
for the truth. Denied. Now sit
Well,
down.
if I can offer a counterpoint, really young Bruce Wayne fell down a long way down that well at the beginning of Batman Begins, and he survived.
Yes,
That
but
is
here's the big difference.
true.
Bruce Wayne wasn't shot in the face before falling.
Well, it doesn't matter. Well, whether you were shot in the face or not, falling down that length should kill you, especially when you're a small child.
I
Well,
guess he had some stuff stopping this fall.
Here's the
in that
thing.
regard, like,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I need to go back and watch it again. But I'm pretty confident that the idea was that he fell into like a soft part of the ground with plants and dirt. But again, I'll have to go back and rewatch the scene. But regardless.
Also, to answer your question, Jeremy, yes, there was something making sure he survived the script.
yes,
All right.
Pedro?
No. I might as well wait till the next part before I continue. All right. See you for the next part, everybody.
Take care.
Ciao.